Hey, what's up, guys? I'll be here, and it's been quite a while, 3 months. Um, haven't uploaded anything, so let's talk about that while I get the green gem in Crash Bandicoot. So, right off the bat, Pokemon cards are getting pretty expensive with all these scalpers buying all the cards, and you know, I've had some bulk, but I've sold it, and it's just I love playing the TCG, but even getting some bulk cards to play it. There's just not enough because everybody's buying it. But here's my main factor is that I've been diagnosed with H. pylori. So back around March 14th, I started feeling it. I would wake up hella nauseous, like going to work. I just got nausea like crazy. And even the month before that, I was getting like anxiety attacks. My stomach was hurting. I get bloated, and it wasn't a good time. So finally around March, at the end of March, I got to see my doctor. I went in for another thing, but I did mention that I was starting to get bloating, this and that. And luckily, they, decided to test me for H. pylori, I guess. So I did a stool exam, and lo and behold, a week later, came out positive. But I didn't know what H. pylori was. I just thought, what it was, just some bacteria, something, something that could be done with easily. But I was mistaken, man. And you know he was supposed to call me, but he never did because he went on vacation. Now there's nothing wrong with the dog going on vacation, but I wish you know he would have seen it or something because he did say he was going to call me. So I waited a week after the results and I ain't get nothing. So after that week, I went to work on a Monday and I was eating and I was just like, nah, man, I can't do this. I'm in pain constantly. So I ended up going to the ER, and they saw my results from my test, and they just gave me the antibiotics. So they started off me with Metrozone, whatever thing is called, claramycin, and a PPI. And I thought, all right, let's do this. It should be easy. But 2 weeks, even then, I know was kind of crazy, cause that's 2 weeks. But I went to work 2 days while on medication, and I didn't even know the side effects of it because that thing was strong. Like taking them was really mentally, physically, and emotionally damaging to me to the point where I just didn't want to do anything. And I just felt brain fog. I just felt crazy stuff. And I did get through it. Luckily finished my 2 weeks. But here's the thing where when I retested a month later, I came out positive again. And my main thing is that I think that because in the past I took claramycin, whatever thing is called, for an ear infection, the bacteria was already resistant. So that explained why even I finished my antibiotics, triple therapy, nothing helped. I still felt bloated and this and that. So it came to the point where, I couldn't handle pain. Um, So I went in like 5 days before I was scheduled to see my doctor, and I did a walk in, and another doctor saw me. So my thing was they tried to put me on another triple therapy, but this time with amoxicillin. But honestly, I kind of did it to myself, and I asked for quad therapy, which includes Metro this, I don't know what it's called, tetracycline, a PPI, and Pepto Bismol. And let me tell you, this quad therapy was way stronger than triple therapy. Man, I'd say I don't know how I did it, but I do know. I just kept praying to God, talking to Jesus. I'm very grateful that I had my wife, my mom, my father, my sister, and other family members helping me. I would call them up and tell them how I feel, and they would check up on me as well, or even if they didn't, I'd call them because I just needed somebody to talk to. And yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since I finished my quad therapy, and The first week, I won't lie, I was kind of eating bad. I was eating gluten, dairy, and now I'm on a gastritis diet because H. pylori is the main reason why gastritis happens. It could happen for other reasons, but with H. pylori, you're always going to get gastritis because that is why you start feeling bad in the first place. H. pylori causes so much damage to the gut lining and also the antibiotics. The antibiotics kill all the good bacteria in the stomach, and it's just not a fun time for your poor stomach. So, I also thankful for my stomach for dealing with all these heavy stuff. And in about a month, I'll be retesting. But for the most part, the gastritis diet has been very helpful. I don't really get that much burning in my stomach or reflux, but I've also been taking supplements. But, you know, let's hope for the best. So, I'll be posting some video game clips, my bloopers of me playing Crash, as you see here. Um, I, Towards the end, I started getting some motivation and some, I started liking doing things I liked before, and let's get there. And I hope you guys enjoy this video or can share. And I'll be posting little videos here and there of my bloopers playing other games, and I'll probably even start doing vlogging. And thank you.